Shalom, brothers. Brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First things first, we give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Double honors, apostles, and elders on his true front from GMS. And blessings to the Akim out there preaching his word with wholehearted true sincerity. And blessings to the 144,000, the 1/3, the first fruits kingdom of heaven, the house of David, the Biyaf Dawadah. And shalom to you brothers out there that are speaking in different tongues and looking in different nations. Shalom. So today, I'm in my favorite topic, man. Spiritual power. I had to do it. I was meditating. I see a couple brothers put up some, the brothers Kazak and a couple other brothers that teamed up their spiritual power. I seen that video and it inspired me because spiritual power is like one of my, that's my favorite. That's my favorite topic, man. You know what I mean? Just to know that we're going to get power on high. Or brothers will get power, in general. Like I'm so humble and grateful and brotherly that if I don't even get the power, which I would really would love to have, because I'm a spiritual power freak. I've been loving the Dragon Ball Z's and the Marvels and I've been, I'm all through that, because now that we looking at things from a spiritual eye, oh man, you know what I mean? It just elevated the idea of what I already get into. I was meditating the other couple of days, had a little bit of a dream, and I kind of daydreamed and was meditating, and I had a real dream of me actually dealing with police. It was phenomenal. I literally I got put into a cop car. And all I was thinking about was power, was the spiritual power. So I was like in the truth in my dream. Because, dreams can go left, right, up, down. You can't really predict them. So it just kind of happens. But I was in a car and I had my hands in handcuffs behind my back and whatever. And I was praying to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, I just kept saying Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. I just kept on flowing. And then I just basically maybe kind of felt like Samson. Remember Samson was saying, Judges, he was saying, he felt the spirit come on him, and then he just overwhelming power came upon him, and then he just kind of just did what he did. I kind of felt like that. I felt like something came upon me, and everything about me felt like just really weird, but in a great way. And I felt like just really good. I felt really awesome. As if brothers who go to the gym or play a sport, there's a situation where you work out a lot, you run, you sprint, you jump, you lift your weights, and you become really sore. But then there's a point where you actually take the proper rest. And you actually really think about legs, though. Let's think about the legs aspect, because the sore legs are real. Those are the ones that you really okay, my legs are really sore. When your legs are sore, you really feel that. So there's a point in time when you take the proper rest, and you basically your body gets better. But sometimes when you take a rest, you might take 2-3 days off and be like, all right, I'm ready to go back to the gym. This is what I do. I feel like I'm slacking off. But then again, you might take 4 or 5 days off, and then you'll notice on day 6, you wow, you take a jog or you maybe even kind of do a little bit of quick movement or something. You just feel yo, my legs feel amazing. They feel fresh and feel springy, and you feel like you can just run as fast as you ever could, and you just feel amazing when your body healed to its proper time to go lift weights again. So I felt like that times a million. And I felt it instantaneously. I said, I just feel amazing. I feel so good. And I was in that cop car. And I just felt like I knew, I knew I can break out of these handcuffs. For some reason, I just felt like everything was just flimsy to me. I felt like everything I looked at was ain't nothing. And so instead of being I'm in handcuffs, I'm salty, I'm stuck in here, nothing I can do. my mind and my body just felt like everything was beneath me. So like I knew for some reason that I might be able to get out this thing. Like I pulled a little bit behind my back. I did a little bit of I took both my hands and I pulled, I pulled away, and I just felt the chain bending. But I'm like normally it hurts on your wrist because they squeeze it too hard or things of that nature, is too tight. I like the tightness and the hardness wasn't even feeling like that. I just felt like when I pulled, I felt like it was like fragile. So I was like, boom, and I pulled out of it like it was a piece of tissue, as if like tissue was wrapped around my hands. And I pulled the tissue and just came out of it and was like, what? And I was free, like, oh, snaps. And I opened the car door aggressive. I got the car, and all the Edomite cops was around me like, freeze, get down, get your hands up. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like it. And then they started shooting at me. And believe it or not, bullets was just like flickering off of me as if it was like a little boy throwing his toy at you, like a little plastic ball. He threw like a plastic ball at you and just go like that. And I saw that and just gave me super confidence. Then what I did was, there was a cop car right next to me, and I literally Donkey Konged the side door of the cop car, and the car flew like so many distance away. And they looking at me like, what? And I'm looking at myself like, what the fuck is going on? But I knew it was power from on high. Man, once I saw first of all, I broke out of handcuffs like it was nothing. Like it was a fragile piece of paper. Secondly, I got out the car. Mind you, cop cars be locked already, but in this part of my dream, I just opened it. So I got the car myself. Like normally you lock back there, so you probably got to kick the window out, but I just opened the door. So my dream had it set up where the door was just open. But when I got out the thing, it was so many cops, they was surrounding me. They started shooting at me, and bullets was just flying off of me like I was Luke Cage or Superman. Real rap. And then I said, they like, yo, freeze, do your thing. I'm like, get down. I said, no, I don't want to. And they couldn't do nothing about it. They looking at me like, oh. And I Donkey Kong kicked the one of the cop cars, and the cop car just flew out the way. Oh, man, y'all brothers know damn well what happened after that. And I was like, yo, that was spiritual power. That's like one of my first spiritual power dreams. And it was like kind of light, but I'll never forget it because I'm so aware of spiritual power. It was phenomenal. That power that I felt in my dream, the way my body felt, it felt like, it felt incredibly amazing. Like the energy and the power that was exuding through me just was like the way it feels is unreal. Like, like sometimes when I ball a fist, sometimes you might feel weak. Sometimes you might feel, but sometimes when you flex a muscle or you feel weak, or that moment when you get a high adrenaline rush and then you just feel super strong in the adrenaline moment. I felt like that, but like 50 times over, like my body felt like I can lift anything. Like, I just felt like I can do whatever. Like I can't explain how this power felt through my body, but like, I'm telling you, when I was in that cop car, I literally felt like in my brain would just like automatically just knew that everything around me was fragile. Like everything was nothing to me. Like I felt it. Like it was like, I was in the cop car like, oh man, I'm in here. And then something came over me and I was sitting here just like super confident for no reason, just out of nowhere. I just knew I could just do something. Like, you know what? I don't feel like being in here right now. And I just pulled my hands apart and the handcuffs just broke like it was nothing. And I opened the door and got shot up and nothing happened. And I kicked that cop car and it flew like that. Brothers, if y'all was in my dream and see how this car flew from a one kick. Spiritual power is on the way, man. Let me go to my first precept. Because, oh man, brothers, that was a phenomenal experience. The other day, too, I had a little bit of a light dream where I was flying, too. That was pretty simple. It wasn't really like all that. It was just like I was flying, like just having a really good time, just up in the air in the clouds. And I knew I was so happy. I was so happy because I knew I was flying. So I was just sitting there like flying is amazing. And because I could fly, I was sitting there like Iron Man, just enjoying myself in the sky, doing all these different twists and moves and speed bursts like Hancock did or Superman. It was pretty phenomenal. But this spiritual power dream that I just had was insane. So for the sake of I'm gonna get my first preset. Luke 10 and 19. I brought this out before, but this is perfect when it came to that cop scene, that cop situation I was in. Luke 10 and 19. It said, "Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you." Yeah, man, that's how I felt. I felt just like that. Like I felt like nothing can hurt me. Like I didn't know I could be hurt. I just felt like nothing could hurt me. Like I just felt like really prideful and just like Hawk feeling. Like, Hawk's favorite line is, "I am the strongest." Like he takes pride in being the strongest guy. So I just felt that way. Like a spirit came on me to just automatically give me the answers and how to move. Like, remember the Lord says, I didn't give you a spirit of fear. You see, he said, I didn't give you the spirit of fear. So in that moment, like, he gave me some opposite of fear. Like I just was very scared, called on the name of the Lord, and then felt powerful for no reason. Like, man, brothers, it was phenomenal. And so he's going to give us power to tread on serpents and scorpions, which is Esau. Because you got to remember, man, we coming into Jacob's trouble coming soon. And I'm going to get that right now, just to get into my point. We coming into Jacob's trouble very, very soon. We're going to need power, brothers, to get out of this thing. Lord willing, we one of those men. Because that's the only way we're going to be able to survive this thing, man. We're not going to be able to survive Jacob's trouble without power. Esau got like incredible weapons. They got robots that can shoot now. One brother put up this video where the robot can literally like gun down any target it wants to and also know who not to target at all. We're coming into a Terminator type situation. All hands are on deck with these movies, man. Anything a movie got to show, Purge, Terminator, Godzilla, all these different weapons you see on TV, man, they got them Jones, man. They got them things. Any futuristic weapon other than like a bullet clip, you might see a laser beam gun. They got hot ray beam guns. They got the guns that can vaporize and cause high frequency and damage the brain from a distance. What do you call it? Crowd control guns. Man, whatever you see on TV, man, don't let Esau fool you. They got them things. It's their blessing. If the idea exists, come on, they're gonna find a way to make that thing real. So it says Jeremiah 30 and 7. "At last, for that day is great, and so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right. There's going to be a day like never seen before when Esau coming like a flood, man. Esau going to come in crazy and going to start doing Jake dirty, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. And they're going to be coming on martial law, and they're going to have a license and a free will, and it's going to be a law where it's going to be acceptable for them to just be gunning down Jake. Telling you, man. Matter of fact, we go to Revelations 12 and 12. And it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." Now, come on. Now, when you read that, you see that today. Think about a coward. Like when a coward is in a position of distraught, what do they do last? You know what? I lost. You ever see a sore loser? Like a sore loser. You ever see? And I did that before. One time, and this is a small thing. One time I was playing my little brother when I was young in this football game. And I was the best. I was the best player. I would score 70 points to like 0 on the computer. I was amazing. I was doing my thing. Just like how Esau is in power right now. They loving themselves. They got the fatness of the earth thereof. Their blessings the sword. And they already feel like who can bring me down. So they on high. So when I played my brother, I would beat him like 30,000 times in a row because I knew I could beat him and nothing he could do about it because I was the best. One day I felt like the game was glitching. Like it seemed like none of my buttons would work. It seemed like It seemed like none of my normal plays would work, and that sounds like the curses coming back on Esau. That sounds like Deuteronomy 30:7. That's what it sounds like. That's what I felt like. I felt like after all my glory, it says, "In the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." So right, so they living a great life right now. Everything works for them. They get what they want. They rule the whole thing. They're the wicked, and then one day things start turning around against them. They're gonna be confused, like, what's going on? Like, why can't I continue to win like I've been winning? That's because they got a short time. And so when I was playing my little brother, I just felt like everything was in his favor. I felt like the game was cheating, and that's Esau for you. Like I'm saying, I'm not comparing myself to Esau, but I'm giving you an analogy on how it went down. And it was just like, everything was working for him in favor. All my buttons that I used for speed bursts or anything I had my stiff arm, my juke, my hurdle, it just wasn't working. But everything would work for him. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I do the same thing every time. And it was like, wow, nothing working. And he beat me, and then I came back a little bit and he hit me on my toes. And I felt like, oh my goodness, like, wow, like that's like 30-30 or something like that. But I'm playing him like he corny. Like, how is he beating me or up there with me? Long story short, I had this desperate play and it worked a little bit, but I still felt like things were going wrong. And then I threw the ball to a wide open character. And out of nowhere, he came out of nowhere. One of his characters caught an interception and ran it all the way back for a touchdown and beat me. Oh, I was so mad. What did I do? I took the coward's way out, like Esau's going to do. Because they have we go to Revelation 13:12-12 again. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and you that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have a short time." Right? It's the same thing I was feeling. I was feeling like, damn, like, because I wasn't winning like I normally won, I took the sore loser coward way out, took the game and broke it. So that way he can't play and I can't play, which I didn't. After I sobered up, I was like, damn, I wanted to play my game again, but I couldn't because I broke it. But at the end of the day, though, because of my short time of success, I got cowardly and broke the game because I lost. Well, Esau's losing and will lose dramatically. And because they know that, they're going to come to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea and going to be destroying because they got a short time and their rulership is almost over. That's literally what's going on right now. Isaiah 59:19. And it's happening right now in front of us, man. It's happening, man. These bulls is like seeing their dollars falling, their kingdom is trash. They're losing control. Jake is rising up on the other side. The 2/3 of our people who starting to get real frustrated of cop killings. They out here talking about, yeah, we ain't taking this no more. No more protesting. It happened again. It's going down. Yeah, because the Most High rising that spirit up, man. Jake getting, yo, man, it's going to go down in these race wars, and you can see him coming crazy. It's Isaiah 59:19. It says, So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahawah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, see, because they're going to come in having great wrath, the spirit of the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi shall lift up a standard against him. And what's that standard? That standard is that spiritual power and that help that's going to come for the men of the Lord to defend themselves, man. Either escape or fight back, or something marvelous is going to happen, that standard is going to be lifted up. Like, yeah, because could Esau is the typical standard. They got their gun, their missiles, their tanks, their fighter jets. They got their army, infantry. That's the normal standard that we know of. But the Lord going to lift up another standard that's a little different. Like, for example, I play football. There's one standard of a 4-4, 4-5, 40. And there's a whole nother standard being lifted when the brother running a 4-1 and a 4-2. That's rarely seen. When a brother running a 4-2 and a 4-1 and a 40, okay, now that's a little freaky now. That's not normal. I mean, we see it, but we don't really always see it. That's a whole standard lifting right there. A coach looks very differently and views a brother very differently when he goes, okay, we're in a 4-3. The guy's pretty fast. Oh, he runs a 4-4 and a 4-5. The guy's pretty fast. But what's going to happen to a coach's face when he see a person run a 4-1 or 4-2? They're going to be like, do you see the clock? This guy is really fast, because the standard has been lifted up of speed. breaking records and things of that nature. The standard has been lifted. No longer a regular standard, it's a new standard now. And the Lord going to do that to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Indians of the elect. He's going to lift that standard up, and we're going to defend himself in that harsh time. Because just if we don't get spiritual power during Jacob's trouble, then and you got Esau with all this firepower and all this, infantry, army, navy, and numbers, and all these special guns, and you got these manipulated super soldiers. They real. They out here. They got their drones, their robots. They got all these different things. Because our robot is out here now. Our brothers need to know our robot is here right now. Esau gonna come in hard body on whoa, it's gonna be worse than the purge. You're gonna be seeing women getting raped in the alleys. You're gonna be seeing men getting shot in the head in front of children, kids getting blown away right in front of you, taken from you. Fuck the law, ain't no law. It's gonna be run for the hills on the situation. It's gonna be run, because if they see you, you getting shot. It ain't no wait, put your hands up. No, it ain't gonna be none of that. Put your hands up. None. It's gonna be lay down and lay down. Not no get down and lay down. It's gonna be lay down and lay down when it comes to Jakes and Esau, man. They're gonna be coming hard body. Let me go to Zechariah 12:8. Love it. I love it. And I'm gonna keep bringing these scripts out for edification for the brothers to stay strong. This is in that day, right? In that day, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. And we the feeble, man. We the feeble. We ain't got no power. We strong. We got power. But when it come to Esau and fighting against Esau and their blessing, we ain't got nothing, man. We're going to lose miserably. Now, Jake got guns. Cool. Jake going to be shooting back, but you not beating Esau and his blessing. That's not happening. That's not the way it's set up. Maybe a couple Edomites gonna get shot down. It's gonna happen, but it's gonna be if we don't get that power, it's gonna be 50 million to what, 1,000 of them, 20,000 of them that died, but 50 to 1 billion of Jake checking. Listen, we not, and we gonna be as David, and the house of David shall be as the Most High, as the angel of the Lord before them. As an angel of the Lord before them, and the angels are very powerful. Okay, now the feeble men are going to be as David. Okay, it's 22 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish off with this. I want to let brothers see this real quick. Let's go to Psalms. I know this by heart. Psalms 18 and 29. Let me show brothers what we about to be looking like, and probably even better, because the Lord said, "Greater works that you shall do, because I go unto my Father." So it says, so this is David, and this is what David was doing. He said, for by thee, 29, for by thee I have run through a troop, and by the Most High I have leaped over a wall. So we're going to, we know what a troop is. A troop is a group of people in the army. It's a number of people that I can't number. I don't know what number it was, but it's a great number of men that's in the army. Considered a troop, like a group of men, maybe like a platoon, or maybe one little segment of the army is about 50 men, and then David ran through all 50, and it says, and he leaped over a wall. Nobody is leaping over a wall. And if the wall is 4 feet and below, maybe, but these walls back in the day was on some Troy type shit. David jumped over a whole wall. Then it says, for thou wilt light candle, my Lord, Most High will enlighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop, and the Most High have I leaped over a wall. As for the Most High, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust him. Right. That sounds like when the Most High is a buckler, which like a shield or a protection to you. Well, that's like Luke 10:19, where no man shall any means hurt you. Easy money. And it says, for who the Most High say the Lord Yahawah, who is a rock save our Most High. And it says, it is the Most High that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. Now, if the Most High make your way perfect, you not going down. He maketh my feet like hinds feet and setteth me upon my high places. Hinds feet is like a really like a goat. I mean, not a goat, like a deer. Or like one of them super fast animals that can run super fast and leap up mountains and jump and be all super Agile, right. And it says, he teaches my hands to war so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. So that's like Hawk strength right there. Now, David was able to break steel with his arms. So that makes sense when I had kicked that cop car and it flew so far. Punch a building, make it come down. Take Esau's gun and break it like Luke Cage do. Like, yo, like that's power, man. And it says, and thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand have holded me up, and thy gentleness have made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. So that's what I'm saying. So that the Lord made David perfect. Ain't nothing was stopping David. He was a powerful man. Not to mention it said that he ripped with a lion or a bear with his ripped it apart with his bare hands. Come on, man. Yo, Esau ain't gonna have no type of answer for Jake who get that power, man. Lord willing, one of those men. You get that power, man, you're gonna be unstoppable. Unstoppable. So the Wadi Yahawashi is more scripts to bring out, but this video is being longer than what it is. I just want to let y'all know that, yo, man, I want to tell y'all my testimony of my dream, and the Lord gonna give us power of non-understanding. We're gonna be like Goku and Vegeta out here, man. We're gonna be able to power up and do some crazy, crazy stuff. Esau ain't gonna be able to do nothing. That new standard, and brothers don't even know what that standard is, but that new standard gonna come in, man. It's gonna show itself, and we're gonna glorify Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. I want to say, Yahawah, he is to be, exists by Hashem in the name, and the only begotten Son of the Lord and Savior, Yahawashi, by Hashem in the name, and the qadash, the Holy Spirit. And I want to say, double irons, apostles, the elders, are true from GMS. Blessings to the Akim out there preaching his word with wholehearted true sincerity. And blessings to the 144,000 and 1/3, the first fruits kingdom of heaven, House of David, the Biyaf Dawadah, and shalom to you brothers out there speaking in different tongues and looking at different nations. Shalom, brothers, man. Your spiritual power is coming, man, and it says wait on the Lord, man, because He will definitely fight for us, man. It's all through the scriptures that the Lord will fight for us and will not forsake the men that trust Him and lean on the name of the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Yo, brothers, man, when spiritual power come, that's Jacob's trouble time. And what a wonderful opportunity to do to Esau coming like a flood like that. And we're able to stop them in their tracks. And the embarrassment and the humiliation on their face that a so-called Negro has standing over me, and I'm the one, and I died by this weak ass so-called Negro. They're going to be so what a wonderful opportunity to be in. Lord willing, and one of those men, all the men out there preaching His word. Shalom, brothers.